Mr. President, sir, I asked to mog everybody, not get mogged myself. Welcome back to you for another yummy update, baby dolls. At least Bitcoin is above that 21 EMA. That's actually nice to see on the weekly chart. 94, 95,000 American dollars, waiting for macro to pretty much play out. I want to give you some really, really juicy news if you didn't see it before in Juicy News itself, friends. So Richard Hort, he basically made a post here. I wonder who has a registered charity, etc., etc. I just want to translate the post here for you, okay? Pretty much he's hinting that the PulseChain sacrifice money went to a non-profit, so there's no tax to be owed. So this is pretty much, he's never spoken about Interpol, right? Okay, this is his way of showing Interpol is bogus. Because when he sacrificed for PulseChain, it went to an entity's wallet in another country, we don't know, but they were a charity, okay? So there's no tax to be paid in that nation. I don't know where it is. Could be the Bahamas. I don't know where it is. All right. So the European lactating man boobs, these are just literally tweaking and squeezing their nipples, lactating man boobs, and wearing their clown noses out here, honk honk. The Interpol might go away sooner than we think. So I guess that the SEC has been concluded with Richard Hart, and he defeated the SEC. Now we're just going to get rid of this junk, and we might find that Ethereum, ETH-BTC, the crypto cycle, the US dollar, macro, interest rate stuff, it's all like moving towards more confidence. And then Richard Hart pretty much just attaches himself with that. And it could be just like random luck, spooky universe things out here. That's what I've always guessed, like when we all go up together, there's going to be good news everywhere, friends. And we've seen it. I've seen that play out time and time again. Remember, crypto investors only want one thing. This is Peppy with the big fat green candle. That's exactly what we are here for. Also, earlier, what we just saw, friends, a few hours ago, there was a big buyer who inserted himself into pWBTC. So he started buying. I think they said it's Mr. OG from another coin out here in the ecosystem as well. So this is the pWBTC ratio. It's done a very, very nice reversal move up here. Now, here's the thing. If you look at the ratio, okay, pWBTC to pDAI ratio, it's high, okay? Now, these things, they don't just like go up and just go down like instantly, but it's come back for like this double retest area. So, friends, you can do what you want. All right, you can do what you want. Oh, I'm just telling you. So if I had people's Bitcoin, I would look at this ratio. This is me, look at this ratio going, wow, you are actually very high versus pDAI. Okay, you used to trade at like 80,000. Now you're trading at 450,000. Okay, this is what I would do. So I would consider some ratio rotation. So let's say you have one people's Bitcoin. You might consider like, oh, I'm going to take off like 20%, 10 or 20%. Okay, and if it goes up more, you could do another like 10 or 20 or 30%. You can do that. It's up to you. You decide that. Out here, it is high. Now, these things, don't expect like these things just like flunk out straight away and give you the ratio of your dreams. But this is actually the ratio of your dreams if you're like rotating out. Now, here's the thing. I still think one day, somehow, this ratio gets down here. That is a number of like 30,000 or whatever, 35,000. I don't know how it's going to get there, but I'm just going to guess later on, pDAI will run up because pDAI is very, very cheap now, right? I'm going to guess, friends, pDAI runs up so strong that nothing can catch up with it later on. And then the ratio comes back down there. And then everyone's going to say, who wants that poopy purple Bitcoin again? And then it'll be like cheap. And then that will be probably good to spend the pDAI and rotate and collect more back in. Right now, you need, see this? Right now, you need 440,000 pDAI to get a people Bitcoin. But back down here, you only need like 40,000 if you get there. Okay, so that's just something that's been happening out here. It's nice to just see these things moving. I can show you the price chart as well. This is everything moving up on the day. This was hit 40% up before. So yeah, we need obviously macro to keep moving to get everything else up because these little moves out here just aren't enough yet. Also, it's a very healthy sign, right, to show you that there's no like sellers of these things. Kind of like it's like these things are just they're ready to go up. Okay, we just need some more friendship and kindness. A lot of people wondering why prices aren't as high as we want them to be now. Well, I've told you, friends, Ethereum is down 62% after 4 years, okay? And then Ethereum Bitcoin is down 79% after 4 years. You see that? Down, red, down, okay? So pretty much you should keep your expectations low for altcoins until this changes drastically. Most altcoins are leveraged on Ethereum, and with those numbers being so poor after 4 years, then most altcoins are still poop. When will that change? No one knows. But we're hoping it will do it by now. It just hasn't done it, friends. Like, what do we do, man? I keep holding and believing. I get to believe the cycle. The 4-year cycle seems to have shifted to the right. Remember, but it's not technically, it could still be saved. Okay, the debt rollover is due in June. You never know, friends. They might do a big debt rollover and then we run for 12 months. And then we run from June this year to June next year with some interim periods. That might have the 2 alt season cycles that we see. Maybe, okay? We're waiting for the US government debt rollover and the money printer to activate. Remember, the banana zone is then to follow after that. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Ramonzi. Prices are truly disgusting. I will continue to hold despite my waves of nausea as I watch ecosystem coins continue their asymmetric slide to the x-axis. Yes, sir. Are you, friends? This is this an AI, friends? I can't tell anymore these days. I know everyone thought I was AI, but now I'm thinking out here, man. You guys got some really nice constructed sentences out here. There's also another update from Richard Hart earlier. He said, things people care to check for when they inspect tokens. No admin keys. No ability for anyone to mint or inflate supply. No ability for anyone to turn off transfers. No taxes or fees. No proxy contracts, oracles, or reentrancy. It's nice to know a token has none of these things. He's talking about, he released a portfolio tracker out here, but it's funny, all of the replies, I like a lot of you guys, I read the replies, everyone's like, boring, boring, just the way everyone's saying. I know, man, I know. Maybe the month of Marwai is going to be much better. And just to give you an idea of how wrong people can be, friends, remember, this was a year ago.
When Ethereum is not going to be approved, sometime this summer, it'll be very clear to everyone that Ethereum is deemed a crypto asset security, not a commodity. After that, you're going to see that Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Ripple, Cardano, everything down the stack is just a crypto asset security unregistered. None of them will ever be wrapped by a spot ETF. None of them will be accepted by Wall Street. None of
1 year ago, man. 1 year ago. Just came out, flat out said, Bitcoin's going to 13 million and Ethereum's never going to spot ETF. Hey. Hey. What's going on there? Where's your lollipop? Here's mine. See that, friends? Just comes out full conviction. They're all crypto asset securities, never going to go anywhere. See, man, this is the interesting thing. Like, a rational investor, and very hard to be. Okay, trust me, it's very hard to be. But a rational investor, okay, you should be looking at this Bitcoin dominance, and you're like, wait a minute, bro. A year ago, you said Ethereum would never get a spot ETF, bro. And then it did. But look what it's done, friends. The dominance went from 53 to freaking 65%. You see all that dominance rise? Full weak hands. They only know a world of Bitcoin gaining on crypto. They only know that world. All those people who've come in on the Bitcoin spot ETF, right? So do you want to stand in front of the train if this thing comes down and these people realize, oh crap, maybe we should have paid more attention to like altcoins, DeFi, NFTs, the right to privacy, Uniswap's tech, Chainlink and Oracle's building out this whole cryptocurrency industry, stablecoins coming out, right? They've been fading all of that. You know that, right? All of it. Not just pump fund Solana stuff. They've been literally totally fading it because the price hasn't been going against them. Once it does go against them, you're going to see them all capitulate. Family-friendly content right here. Friendship advisory, bag pumping content. You are my friend. It's lovely to see. It also sucks, friends. I'm noticing Elon freaking screwed around with the Twitter algorithm. Now we see a lot more normie content. It's just so annoying, dude. I'm here, Twitter. I'm here for crypto, bro. Crypto's fun. It's exciting. There's green candles. There's red candles. It is the place to be. No one gives a shit about Beyonce and her fans. Oh no, Katy Perry. She's doing on another satanic devil thing. No one gives a crap out here, bro. You can't get rich off that, okay? You can't improve your life off that. You're just like, you're doing brain rot on Twitter text. That's it. Okay? Oh man, Tiffany Fong, why didn't you just let him bang you and just have his baby? Wouldn't have gone this far. That's why it all came down here, friends. Because, man. So backstory, of course, a lot of you know, but in case you don't, so Elon Musk, he started DMing Tiffany Fongles, who's a friend of the channel. So he emailed, started DMing Tiffany. He wanted her to have his baby. I guess he's got 13 kids. He wanted her to be having kid number 14. And she said, "No, I don't really want to. I want to have like traditional Korean family." And I think he got upset by that. But then she went, Tiffany, Fred, you just can't tell girls anything, can you? Tiffany, blabbermouth, went and told Elon's baby mama, the mother to his 13th child, whatever her name is, like something St. Clair. He went and told her, and then she went ballistic, and then she went and blabbered out, and so that's why Elon pretty much like he unfollowed Tiffany. He's like, no, you went and told all the other baby mamas. Oh man, you know the state of crypto is bad when I know about this, you know. And I'm not looking for it, friends. You know me, friends, whenever I see this Normie content, I go, not interested, I mute them. Do you know how many like, oh, let's go see this basketball shot from 1993. No one cares, bro. We're here to make money. But you don't blame them as well because they're like, hey, man, we've been holding 4 or 5 years. Where's the money? More sellers will come in the next few months, friends. This is Psyduck. Uncle Bob Loukas publicly panic sold the bottom and is now posting as if he always knew the 4-year cycle was still intact. Fabian, did he panic sell? Yeah, in the 70s. So this is a great comment. The cuck chair is growing into a sofa. Well done, sir. So there's plenty of room. Oh, put your hand in between the cushions. It's a bit slimy. They're not breadcrumbs. They're slimy. Okay? Is that lube? I hope it's lube. Smells like bleach. What's going on there? Sophia! I noticed that it is already very quiet and it will become even quieter. Traffic jam, remember? But it remains to be seen whether the crypto market is now equal to the stock market. Q4 will provide all the answers. Sophia, that is a very high IQ post for a crypto mummy who has herself on it. Just letting you know. So what Sophia's... This is a bit too high IQ, by the way. So Sophia's crypto mommy is basically saying, remember the traffic jam example. But here's the thing. But she's using it inverse to how you would normally think. Because everyone thinks they're going to be earlier to crypto. Because what ends up happening is, what happens is everyone's waiting for that first, 1 or 2 green months of crypto for them to get in. Because they think, oh, the green month candle will be like 10% and then 10%, and now that's good enough for me, I'm going to get in. But no, there's all these people waiting on the sidelines. They all think they're going to be early. And because the liquidity, for example, in PulseChain is super thin, you might find a green monthly candle is like a 100% move, and then the next one is like another 100% move. And now suddenly, you're not buying it at 30% of stack price. You could be buying it at 1.7x stack price. So you got to think about this, friends. So you will have, at that point, 83% less purchasing power than buying today. That's wild. So if you got a supply of tokens, yeah, pretty much you'll be getting like 5 or 6 times less tokens. But here's the thing. Someone's going to get it early, one person. But everyone thinks they're going to get them early. That's pretty much what we're getting at here. And yeah, people don't believe it until they actually see it. I also want to show you this as well, friends. Remember, PHEX to Pulse ratio has now flipped red on the weekly super trend. It could be that Pulse is like getting ready to show strength. Okay, remember this is this thing going up is PHEX strong against Pulse. This thing going down is PHEX weak against Pulse. But these things are pretty nice. They're nice ratios compared to like every other ratio, which just blows out and just literally destroys you. Red weekly super chain, it could mean that if Pulse finally gets strength. So friends, we all need Pulse to gain strength. We need a Kraken listing, we need Binance listing, we need a listing everywhere. Hopefully Richard Hart, Interpol gets concluded soon and he can start, I don't know, streaming, and it is what it is, okay? The Pulse chain ratios, as I said, are nice, but yeah, ultimately still relying on Ethereum. Remember, friends, even Uncle Bobby and everyone else out here talking about it, but I still think, friends, it's resurrection prophecy, man. Like FTX official. FTX today announced that to recover the estate assets, it has commenced legal action against certain token and coin issuers which own FTX assets and have been unwilling to engage. So I've written here, resurrection prophecy, bring back FTX and let's roll the bull market carpet. So we might get that, friends. Mr. Sky W as well getting upset. Why would you champion this? FTX effed so many people over. Well, here's the thing, sir. I know they did, but it's not about that, man. Okay, it's not about, oh, they ruin people up or down, man. You got to remove yourself from that. Okay, you're watching a movie. Yeah, you're watching a movie. It's kind of like you're watching Star Wars, and like you're watching the Darth Vader scene. Imagine people in the universe. They're like, stop! No, don't watch the Darth Vader scene. Don't let yourself get a dopamine from watching this amazing scene and the Death Star and stuff out here. And you're like, bro, I'm not in the world that you're in. I'm just watching a movie, and I'm just watching a movie. That's what it is in things. Because in market cycles, man, they pump and dump with or without you. Yeah, they pump and dump with or without you. So you have to remain as neutral as you can. Okay, obviously it's tough, difficult. Can't be neutral on everything, but that's it. Once you train yourself to go, everything's a story, nothing impacts me. Of course, you can't run with this in everything in life, right? Of course, but in markets, okay, you have to do this, man. Because if you don't, it wears you down. It's an energy vampire. Okay, if you let yourself become the guy who's going on the macro podcasts, wasting an hour and a half every week talking about, oh no, did you see the legal aspects? Oh no, did you see Vitalik's new essay? Oh no. But these people, like, their job is not buying low, selling high. Okay, they're in a different game. Usually their job is they already got VC allocations. They're trying to build a brand to attract people to a project. You know, they're playing a different game. Okay, so I'm just trying to help you, man. I'm making content for the little guy, little girl, little pup, little squirrel. What can you actually do? Okay, you going out and letting them be your pawn, letting them control you as the pawn on the chess piece. You get nowhere, man. You literally got nowhere. It's literally like, I'm wearing a Make America Great Again. You know, like there's always that one person who comes out and is like, you're a political guy, are you? Did you see the pipeline? Did you see these races? They just don't get it, bro. And by the way, it's Make Memes Great Again. Okay? The meme of our friendship. So I hope that makes it clear, friends. I'm trying to just show you how to win at the game, man. Winning at the game is a mindset. Okay? It is a mindset, you know? It's not about getting involved in everything, man. You don't have enough energy and time. And you'll come to find you're useless. You will. Your opinion means nothing. You're useless. So you and I are going to wait for a moment like this. I made this picture, friends. Ethereum momentarily flipped green on the monthly super chain. To be honest, I'm just going to call it 5 red monthly candles because it's 5 red monthly ETH BTC candles. Okay, so we did get 5 red monthly candles in a row. The BTC ratio matters the most. Mr. Meme Slayer, equity and inclusion are a top priority. This ETH candle green. Please, Angel Music. Okay, so you ask for Angel Music, you're going to get it. This guy's going to get some Angel Music. Some sprinkly, nice, glittery Angel Music. It's pretty sad, friends. I mean, I literally had some hot spaghetti waiting for me, okay? And I took this screenshot. Little did I know, just like 90 minutes later, it's back to red on the monthly candle. Bro, it is what it is, okay? But I hope at least from everything you've seen in my yummy updates that you appreciate, like, oh, I've written off April. But hey, Marwai is starting soon. Welcome to the month of Marwai. Like, subscribe, baby, but I don't catch you soon.